Hey there. I hope you're having a good day. I'm not as much, but that's okay too. So if you're also not having the best kind of day, consider this a sort of unofficial therapy session. But first of all, how are you doing? Are you having a good day or a bad day? If you said you're having a good day, then I'm really, really glad. And what made it such a good day for you? That sounds awesome. And if you said you're having a bad day, then I'm really, really sorry. And if you're comfortable with it, take a moment to think about what the bad things were. I'm really sorry you had to go through any of that. And I'm also sorry if I'm cutting you off at any point during this, because of course I can't know really exactly when you're talking. I wish I could be there for you right now, wherever you are, whoever you are. um, but just know that I do actually care. I've been having just like a rough few days, and sometimes that happens, and that's okay. I've kind of been put into a toxic environment that's bringing back a lot of not my favorite memories and things, and that's okay. I've got to learn to deal with those things, you know? um, so, what we're gonna do is first we're just gonna take a deep breath together, okay? Because I feel like there's just this huge weight on my chest. So first, get rid of all the air in your lungs by breathing all the way out, and then we're gonna breathe in for 4 counts and breathe out for 8. Ready? Okay. One more time. Okay, and now, even if you're not really feeling like it, I want you to close your eyes and smile just for a second. So, close your eyes and smile and say out loud to yourself, I'm okay. And open your eyes when you believe it. So, the thing is that you are okay and it's gonna be okay. Okay? There's this one thing that helps me sometimes if I'm having a panic attack or a lot of anxiety at the moment. Um, it's just a cute little song that's just one verse, and you just repeat it, and you can do little variations if you want each time, but um, you just repeat it until you believe the words that you're saying. And what I like to do is I like to switch the pronouns in the last bit from you to I. So let me explain. So it's kind of like, hey, you're okay, you'll be fine, just breathe. 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 Hey, I'm okay, I'll be fine, just breathe. And the nice thing is it's one of those songs that you don't ever have to try to sound good singing. You just kind of do it because it's just kind of talky. So you don't have to have anxiety about that or anything too. Uh, sorry, halfway through singing that thing happened and I had to calm myself down. Um, not a big thing, just if you live in an environment or you are in an environment that causes you anxiety, certain things can, I'll still use the word trigger, it can trigger that anxiety. That's the actual appropriate use of the word triggered, by the way. But let's not get into that. I don't want this to be anything about discourse. Let's just talking about calm things, happy things. This is not going to be a place that's going to cause extra stress. So yeah, that song helps a lot. like if I do it right before a panic attack or calming down afterwards, because if I'm already in the panic attack, what happens with me, I don't know how common this is for other people, a lot of the times I can't really control a lot of my movements and words, and I'll end up repeating a lot of phrases and a lot of words or sounds just over and over and over again obsessively, and I can't make myself stop. And if I try to make myself stop, I just end up repeating the word stop. It's weird and it's crazy, and then you lose your vision and everything's hard and your heart's beating crazy. Yeah, like I was talking about, when certain things happen in an environment that remind you of other things that those things lead to, it can be very, very stressful and can make you instinctively tense up and just not be okay. But sometimes it's best to realize and try to remind yourself that just because that stimulus happened doesn't mean that the trail of events that has happened in the past is going to happen again. So when those things happen, just try to think to yourself, it's all right. Let's just take this thing that's happening as it is and not as a reminder of other things. And that's really hard to do, and I'm working on it. I sound so preachy, and I want this to just be more of a real, vulnerable type thing. But in all honesty, a lot of the times I cover up my own problems and thoughts and feelings by just trying to help other people. I had a plan for the video this week, but due to unforeseen circumstances, that's not going to be able to happen. But that's okay. Things do not always go as planned, and that's okay. I'm still here, still alive, I'm still capable of having a smile on my face. And knowing that not everything that's bad is 100% bad. There's good in everything, there's stuff to be learned from everything, there's so much positive that can come from negative. And vice versa. A lot of times good things have bad in them as well, but that's okay too. A lot of what I do is I get mad at myself for feeling negative feelings or for feeling sad because I feel like other people always have it worse because, there are people who have it worse. There's always going to be someone who has it worse. But then I realized saying you can't be sad because someone else has it worse is just like saying you can't be happy because someone else has it better. And just the way how ridiculous that sounds, and that made me realize you don't have to have the worst situation of everything ever in order to be allowed to feel sad. If it's raining on your birthday and you wanted to go to the pool, that's okay that you feel a little upset about it. I mean, don't blow it out of proportion or anything, but whatever, that's not the point. The point is, if you're feeling something, those feelings are valid. I grew up around certain people who had the mentality that your feelings are your choice, and to an extent you can control and manage your feelings, but if you are feeling something as a direct reaction to something someone else does and they're blaming you for feeling the way that they made you feel, that's not okay. That's a very subtle form of emotional abuse, even if the person doesn't know it. It's not intentional, but it's psychological, and it's this thing that will end up making you feel guilty for feeling anything. And that's not something that anyone should ever have to go through. There's a lot in my mind, in my life right now that's going on, and I just sometimes wish I could just shut it out, but other times I wish I could just get it all out in the open and deal with it. But certain issues involve certain people, and getting involved with that is just going to open me up to more damage and distress, so I'm not gonna make myself go through that at the moment, and that's okay too. That's not me avoiding conflict, it's me avoiding putting myself in a dangerous or hurtful situation. And I need to learn that that's okay to do. It's okay to let some things go for the time being for the purpose of self-preservation. Because you and I and everyone, you are worth protecting yourself. It is okay. It is okay to both put up walls to protect yourself and also have doors and windows. and let yourself open up and be vulnerable, because if you don't have a balance of those, you'll either end up completely isolated from everyone and completely out of touch with your own feelings and with other people's lives, and you'll lose all your connections and healthy relationships. And if you're too vulnerable, you just are open to being hurt all the time. And that's kind of where I am. I'm too vulnerable, I'm too open. A person smiles at me on the sidewalk and I just want to dump my life story out to them. I'm exaggerating, but yeah. I guess I'm just not that used to people showing genuine interest in me. So when someone does and seems there for me, I end up telling them way too much, way too fast. And sometimes it doesn't go well after that, and that just reinforces in my mind that I should be building up walls. But the thing is, I don't know. I've never been good at building walls. Like, you always hear about those people who've gone through so much that they build up these huge barriers so that they block themselves off from the world, they internalize everything. And yeah, to an extent I do isolate myself and internalize a lot of crap. But I'm also really open and vulnerable about my feelings, and I'm still open and vulnerable around people, because I just can't seem to bring myself to build up a wall when there's always the slightest possibility of positive outcome. I don't know, I've got this weird hope that's like one of those sparkler candles. Like, you can blow it out, or you can even try to get it out with water, but no matter what is thrown at it, it still sparks back up. Even if it's just a tiny little spark or a huge flame, my hope is always there, and it never gets knocked down. And sometimes I wonder, if it just got knocked down, would it be easier? Because then I wouldn't expect so much and put myself through this self-destructive cycle of wanting something, getting my hopes up about it, and having them actually just crushed, but then opening myself up immediately afterwards to being hurt again. I just can't seem to bring myself to protect myself because I don't feel like I'm worthy of protection or something. I have the urge to put my hair up, so I'm gonna do that. Even though I'm probably not gonna like the way my face looks in this and my shoulders and everything, but I'm not gonna think about that. We're not thinking about insecurities at the moment. I wanted this to be a more positive, calm video, but I just tend to spiral in both directions a lot of times. All directions. That's how spirals go. They go all directions, like me. So I've been talking and rambling enough for now. So I'm just going to pull up this website called The Soft Murmur, which is a website where you can have just calming background noises of different types, and you can change the levels of them. So I'm just going to have that playing in the background while this goes on. I like having a little bit of rain, a little bit of thunder, some wind just as a constant background noise. And I also really like the Tibetan singing bowl because it just adds a nice little bit of musicality to the silence. I meant sounds. Opposite of silence. Unless you're talking about the sound of silence, in which case that's, yeah. But hey, remember when we were breathing? Let's do that again, but this time with the sounds to kind of be a nice calm background noise. Okay, here we go, except this time we're gonna breathe in for 4, hold for 7, and breathe out for 8, okay? Okay, try that again. So sit up straight. Smile. Get all the air out of your lungs and look up. And one more time. Okay, I miscounted there a bit, but hopefully your eyes were closed, so you didn't see that. It's a free website, by the way. This isn't sponsored, of course, or anything, but I do like to have this open when I'm doing homework, I'm reading, editing a thumbnail, or just trying to calm down a bit. Let's get some crickets chirping. Ooh, these I do have with me. So one is this bottle cap that I just like found out clicks really well. Oh, it's so good. It's loud, so it's not really discreet. But if I'm alone and I want to try to calm down, or I want to try to focus, or I just need something to do with my hands or my brain's going to go crazy, then I just click it. And it really, really helps. As weird as that sounds, it does. Another thing that I have with me is this chewy necklace. They call them jewelry. Like jewelry. Isn't that the cutest thing you've ever freaking heard? But yeah, they're necklaces. They also have bracelets and other things, but like they're meant to be chewed, which is kind of weird. Like, you know, there's always kids in class who like chew on their necklaces or suck on their necklaces or whatever, and I always used to think that's so gross, but I also did it in secret because yeah. But when you have something to chew on, like one of these that's actually like good for you to chew on and not going to damage your teeth or make you sick or anything, but it really does help you to calm down or focus, or just to do absent-mindedly so that your minds don't wander into different directions and stuff. I'm sure this looks really stupid doing like 4 different stims at once, but it really does help. And sorry, I'm getting to the realm of anxiety again. See, I didn't plan this video, and so it's just going everywhere. I'm going to take my hair out now because I'm nervous that I look gross. I don't know. I don't really like my hair this long. I want to cut it, but I'm afraid that I will look awful. But I want my hair short, but I'm afraid it'll look awful. Anyway, I'm going to have some birds chirping instead of the crickets, so that it's daytime instead. And I also like having more waves and thunder. It's like birds in the background is nice. But I don't remember if I had a point before I started talking about that, but I'm going to be done rambling about stuff now. Instead, let's just calm down together a bit, okay? Even if you had a great day, it might be a great way to end it, so just keep taking deep breaths, making sure you're in a comfortable position and you're not doing anything harmful like fidgeting with your hands in a way that's going to be hurtful or any of those things. Just try to sit or lie down or wherever you are. Just try to move as little as possible. Your eyes closed, taking deep breaths. Are you doing it? Come on, close your eyes. Okay. Just taking deep breaths and listening to the sounds. Now, both from this screen and from the world around you right now, what are 3 things that you can hear? Breathe deeply and think them in your mind. Pick out 3 things that you can hear distinctly and hear them as individuals, as individual thoughts that you can hear. For me, I hear the birds chirping, I hear the waves, and I hear the rain. And there's the bowl. Now think of 3 things that you can feel right now. Maybe it's the chair beneath you, or your clothes on your skin. Maybe it's the touch of the pillow on the back of your head, or your covers over your legs. Or a backpack or something that you're holding onto. Or maybe it's your phone you're feeling because you're holding it, or your computer that you're watching this on. Just think of the 3 things that you're feeling and feel them all as individuals, and then feel them all together. When you've done that, take 2 deep breaths. Now open your eyes and look around and find 3 things that you can see that you're happy with seeing. It might be the sky out the window. It might be a picture you like on your bedroom wall. It could even be a shadow. Just find 3 things that you like to look at and look at them each individually, experience them each, and move on to the next, and then feel everything around you as a whole. And take 2 deep breaths. Now remember the things that you can feel, see, and hear. And I want you to feel and hear them and see them all together. Just experience the world around you until it all fades into white noise, and yet you can all still see it. Okay, you're going to take a deep breath and repeat after me, and take a deep breath between each thing I say, okay? So repeat after me. I am here. I am safe. I am loved. I am worthy of happiness. Everything will be okay. All right. Maybe that seemed really cliche or silly or weird, but I feel like it really helped me, and I really hope that it could help you as well. I'm going to turn up the sound of the crackling fire because I really like the way that adds a little bit of texture to the sound, and I'll do that for the ending here. You might not be in the best place right now, physically or mentally, but that's okay. You're still safe. And if you're not, you need to call someone. I'm sorry things aren't going the best way that they can. But just know that they do get better. They always get better. These things come in waves. It'll get worse and it'll get better. And it'll get better and it'll get worse. And if it's bad right now, then just know that that means it's going to get better on the horizon. You will be okay. The sun does rise again, I promise. Even if it's really, really hard to believe that sometimes. So if you have anything you want to say, please let me know in the comments, or you can even send me a message on YouTube so that if you want to talk privately. But I want to be here to help you, so I want to do whatever I can. And sometimes I'm not able to do that much, but I don't know, sometimes all it takes is someone reaching out to make all the difference in the world. So this is me reaching out, literally. And if you want, you can take my hand and I can help you up, or we can help each other up, or just walk along in life, because you're never alone, okay? If you know me in real life, or if you know me at all, then know that I do care about you. And if you don't know me at all, who we've never met, I still care about you. I'll help in any way I can, and sometimes I might not be able to help that much, but I'm gonna try. And if for any possibility this video ends up getting more responses than I think, and I'm just not able to answer them all, which I don't think is going to happen, but just in that case, I want you to know that that's not because of you. That might just be because of me being overwhelmed or me not being able to answer them. I'm still here for you. I still want the best for you. There are people you can talk to. Even in the comments, I want you guys to support each other. Leave how you're feeling, and then look at what other people are feeling and respond to it in a positive way, and that could really, really help. Let's make a community of positivity and of support. Okay. You mean more than you know, okay? You have purpose and passion and talent and kindness and goodness in your heart, even if you don't believe it or even if you don't see it all the time. You're amazing. You're gorgeous. You're incredible. You're valid. All these things. I read something recently that said, be the person that you needed when you were a kid. So I want to be that person. And that person is sitting here and telling you, it's okay. It will be okay. I'm here for you. You're not alone. I know I'm repeating myself, but you know, it never hurts to hear those things again. Hang in there, all right? For me, for you, for everyone in your life that you don't even know how much they care about and love you. Because I assure you that people you don't even know care, do care. Anyways, it's getting late, so as always, have a beautiful day full of magic and joy. Bye.